Hey everybody, today we're having Andy of Alitura Naturals on as part of our series leading up to Father's Day and a really fun Father's Day giveaway gift bundle that we're doing.
One lucky winner.
Yeah, only one lucky winner, so hang on, we're gonna invite Andy. He should be coming from his account. Okay, he just joined. So just accept that invite, Andy, and we can get rolling.
Let's see. Oh, request to join, accept. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? I miss you.
So
Wow.
good, so good. What's up?
What's going on? How are you both?
We're great. I'm so zoned in on the artwork behind you.
Oh, hey, that's Michael right there. You see that?
Wow. Beautiful.
Hey, look at the hummingbirds right here from San Miguel. It was supposed to be like hung and, but like we have this perfect pillar that it goes down. It's perfect. What's going on? Great to see you guys. Zoe's right here. She says hello.
Hi,
Hey Zoe.
Zoe.
Hey, pop in here for a sec. Let's see your beautiful face.
Yes. Oh, cover up a little.
Hi. Hey, there
Hey.
she is. Hi, beautiful.
Hey.
Nice to see you. You too.
It's good to see you both
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, great to see you, brother. It's this is the fire horse year, and we're in a fire cycle, and I feel like we've done a million things and one since last we saw you, and that wasn't even that long ago. So we were actually visiting. Oh, do we have a connection issue?
Oh, wow.
Oh, Andy, you're frozen for a sec. Maybe you'll unfreeze.
It was weird. A little notification said unable to join, and then he froze.
Hmm. Well,
Oh,
we have some strange connection issues here. Let's try to figure it out. Andy, if you want to try to rejoin, let me see if I can invite you again
yeah.
and get you back on. Andy always comes in with this so much fire. There you are. There you are. Okay, we're
Hey,
back on.
I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, man, it's okay. We're
Here
here
we
now.
are.
Yeah.
Back
Um,
together.
yes, yes. How's everything going on your end?
Going really well. Do you want to tell them about where we've been? We're in Miami for over almost a month
Yeah,
doing
like 3 weeks.
we're doing this practitioner course that also involved this body work where you use your elbow and you break up scar tissue in the body, and it was 11 days straight, like 10 hours a day of getting worked on and working on.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
I'll give you a sample of like what it was like. There was when we started working on the face.
Right.
So Mila's sitting there with her elbow in my TMJ muscle for probably 15 minutes, like 10 minutes, 5 or 8 minutes in each one. And the whole time I'm like screaming bloody murder. It was so painful, like
Oh
so
man.
painful. You know how much like emotional tension we all hold? We all hold it in all the scar tissue. And here, like, this is like, oh, I'm mad, I'm angry. Like,
Right.
Things that you wish you could have said, or things that you said that
Yeah.
may have wanted to deliver differently.
Over.
totally. So,
Yeah.
so,
Your whole
so
life holding that. Yeah.
yeah, which you can probably speak to too. Yeah, you've done a lot of work on yourself, also
Healing.
Absolutely.
healing in that
Wait, so
area.
were you putting your whole body? Were you getting in
Yeah,
there,
so
Mila?
so imagine I'm laid on my back on a mat, and
Yeah.
she's like kneeling next to me, and elbows in
Uh-huh.
the jaw with not quite all your body weight. It depends on the body part, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's not a whole lot of pressure. It's the it's the emotional energy that's trapped there that hurts so much to break
Mhm.
out, and so. This was just a sample, man, like 11 days straight. It was like
Yeah.
I was either screaming or laughing hysterically, or, a lot of people were crying. Just like, it's
I
good.
was crying.
It's good pain. It's a pain you choose. It's a safe pain. And you have
Mhm.
to feel the pain for the scar tissue to release because you need to get your elbow in there and break
Yeah.
up like the calcification and stuff. So it was honestly, we thought it was just kind of more of an intellectual training kind of thing. It ended up being this huge emotional,
Mental,
like,
spiritual.
yeah, full holistic journey that we were on.
Oh,
And we just
wow.
got back from that.
Man, what's that called. It's like fascia release, but for the head, the cranial therapy, something.
Like craniosacral.
Craniosacral therapy, I believe. Yeah. And that's when they get in, like move around your jaw, kind of loosen up past
Um,
trauma and things like that, right? Is it similar to that?
That's a similar concept where you're basically using a fair amount of pressure
Mhm.
on some tissue.
well,
That
Mhm.
craniosacral is not even usually utilizing a lot of
you're
pressure.
thinking about mouth work, where they take the
Yeah.
finger
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
like go along your jaw and your tongue and stuff.
And they release
Yeah.
that
Gary
release.
from Human Garage. I've seen some videos, and I've also had like 12 years ago. It was pretty good. It wasn't that release that I was looking for. As you can imagine, a lot of who knows what's going on in that jaw from the accident. But yeah, I'm really interested in that. I've seen John LaRance do some stuff. But Gary from Human Garage really gets in there. I don't know, the craniosacral, I believe is what it's called, but that's good. So basically, you can. I mean, there's no better. No offense,
We can
Zoe,
do
but
it.
I mean, we could use a little course like that.
I
You know
know.
what I mean?
We'll have to
Touch
have.
is so important.
It's so
Touch.
important. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
we'll have a couples retreat in Sedona and we'll show you guys.
Hey,
We
more than
definitely.
welcome. Let's go.
It was kind of, we came back and we were supposed to be doing 20 minutes each on each other every day and really gung ho. And then we got back and we're like, whoa, we had to take a deep breath for a little bit. But we both know how to
Mhm.
do it. So we've been practicing it, doing it on some family members and stuff. And
Mhm.
yeah, just issues in the tissues. So it was a fascinating new tool to learn, and also an understanding that all physical disease has a root in the emotional body. So
Mhm.
first, there's an emotional issue, and if we don't bring harmony to it, it manifests as disease in our physical
Yeah.
body.
Mhm.
And then at that point, yeah, we need to do physical things to restore health and coherence to the physical body, and we still need to address that emotional thing wherever it came from. So
Well, even in the case of an injury too, there are emotions attached to that injury that are like at
Mhm.
the moment of impact or um, that often live in the tissues. So even
Yeah.
if it didn't come from, even if it was an injury, an outside source, there's
well,
still the
yeah, I mean,
attached to it.
some people will say even your accident, the reason the accident happened was there's some kind of emotional journey or trial that you were
Yeah.
destined to go on.
Absolutely. I look back, I think about that all the time. Um, and just where I would be if that accident didn't happen. I was bartending, I was making my way in the entertainment industry, but I craved that purpose. I look at my friends with families already, 28, 29, 30 with kids, plural, and they have, 100,000 a year jobs. And I printed out a stack of my resume, and I made a phone call to a very successful friend of mine. I was just going to walk up Sunset Plaza and just knock door to door and go, dude, I have a bachelor's degree from St. Mary's College. I'm hungry. I'm an ex-athlete. I was right out of baseball. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was acting, but I couldn't afford the classes. So like my assets, my pictures, I wasn't doing all the things that like my buddy actors were doing, but I was booking work. So it was kind of like there was a little bit of magic there. So then I could afford to start taking classes, but I was bartending and doing something that I love. Don't get me wrong, but that's where the thoughts come in. I cannot imagine where I would be because like I wouldn't trade any of this for a 15-year major league career, being a whatever, an actor or like an A-list. I just because I can't explain why, but this was built from an idea, you know what I mean, that I wanted so badly to be understood as far as like the clay mask. And then it led to I don't know if you guys ever really think about your position and where you're at and how you all got started, because it's constant being online too. There's always something to do, but it's important. Just recently, I was thinking back and just reflecting on all of that, and yeah, because it's important. You know what I mean? You get caught up in the weeds with stuff that really does not matter. It's like I get to create, I get to design labels today. I not have to. You know what I mean? Not like the dread of homework and stuff like that. So with with all of that said, long-winded answer, yeah, I mean, I can't imagine doing anything else. So what a gift, that accident brought, to me. I was very spiritual growing up. And so this is what I prayed for, to have something to be able to create. And then the icing on the cake is like, it makes other people happy. So like that ripple effect, God, I'm getting chills right now. It just, you feel it from afar. I'm sure you can relate, you know what I mean, of just the people that you're helping with your beautiful product and something that I do 6 times a week as far as sauna. Like it just is so important. Like it's my number one. You know what I mean? Like if I couldn't sauna, when you don't get that sweat, that renewal, I was missing it because I took Sunday off and we were out of town. So it's been a couple days, but that release, that renewal that I had to do before this, you know what I mean? Part of that routine. It's just so many different things as we get older. You're talking about tissue, self-massage, sauna, sunlight, grounding, being in love. Like it's just, yeah, what a gift this whole thing is.
Sounds like a full life to me, brother.
I know, just stay the course. That's the most important thing. You know what I mean? Just for me, we had a talk and just, yeah. But the thoughts, the curiosity, just we're all human. Those are mitigating in almost all the way, but it's just work, you know what I mean, that I'll put in daily to stay the course and being who I want to be, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So give us a little download of the origin story, man. So Alitura came out of a really intense experience that you had, and then subsequent, like you were playing with stuff. You were kind of your own alchemist at your house,
yeah.
like figuring out all these recipes and things. Tell us about that, man. Like,
So in college, I had bad back acne and cystic acne from uh, long story short, from the products that I was using, Neutrogena, Clean and Clear, Clearasil, Noxema, trying to do all the things because there's nothing worse when you have relatively clear skin and then boom, mosquito bite, especially 18, 19 years old. Like it's just the first thing you see in the morning in the bathroom. So that really affected my mood, you know what I mean? And my confidence as a young buck growing into my body, and my teammates were the worst. Like I couldn't, turn around. And that was, I believe, because of the food that I was eating. Hormones are racing, you're growing into your body. But I was just trying to put on weight as an athlete. So I was eating dorm food and thought I was doing what I was supposed to be doing for my skin. And on an off day, I went down to an herbalist store, bought my first aqueous silica horsetail extract supplement from Flora. And just because this gentleman explained to me the benefits of building your blood and inflammation at 18 years old, like that, when little things lodge and you simplify certain things, I asked him, I wanted to get healthier. I told him about my skin issues and I told him, or he asked what products I was using. He's like, it's those ingredients. And so I switched from that to a bar of Dove soap. It had 5 ingredients. 2 of them were coconut derived, but I was 18 years old. These little things that were signaling inside of me. I also bought a night cream because I'd be out in the sun as an outfielder because I had rose hip, CoQ10. I remember, no, that's why those are so prominent in my products to this day, because I just, time tested supplements and ingredients, but also just, just a little tribute to Dove and my getting into personal care and then helping me clear my skin up with that simple bar of soap. And so from that point, I got really into a skincare routine. And I tried Aztec healing clay for the first time. I think I was 20, 19 or 20, bought a little 8-ounce jar from Sun Life Foods in Palo Alto, California. And that one ingredient, calcium bentonite. I don't know. I just don't know how I knew about it, or it probably just interested me, browsing the store shelves. But that first purchase led to, an obsession with clays. And I think it was like my little secret weapon, you know, I mean, because you're so bright and I don't know, I'm probably a little brightened right now. I mean, but it just brings this microcirculation to the surface of the skin. When it dries, you get this pulling, purifying the pores and just completely rejuvenating the skin and mildly exfoliating, but pulling out environmental pollutants, heavy metals, and other toxins. So I didn't know this at the time. I just love how it made me feel and look. I would do it once a week, but it was one ingredient. And so I'm like, all right, the calcium bentonite clay. And then I found a website, greenclays.net. Jason Eaton, bless his heart. He's written books on clays, called him up. I mean, he just, this is before all the consulting. This is like 2009 or 10, 8, 7, 9, something, somewhere around there. So I just, I bought all of his clays. Clays were affordable. I mean, probably $100 worth of pounds and pounds and pounds of clays. But I found out about zeolite, pyrophyllite, molten French hyalite. But the differences in the mineral capacity in the clays and like what's better for internal cleansing and what's better for topical, what's better for hair, Moroccan Russell. And I just became, you know, I had roommates at the time, but I just, that one ingredient clay mask started getting other ingredients added to it. And I was just, it became my like weekly routine before auditions as an actor. And every Sunday night, just, throwing on the clay mask that I was making. At that time, I believe it was clays, kelp powder, and I think I had vitamin C. So, and then I got into a big accident, which put this all on pause. And I was hit and run over by 2 cars crossing the street as a pedestrian in LA. But I was just unrecognizable, teeth gone, 7 broken ribs, a bad maxillofacial fracture on the mandible right here. So we had to bring in a specialist. It was just some particles right there. I got a titanium plate up top, one on bottom. And I got them taken out 9 months later. And I went through the whole recovery again. But I'm here. You know what I mean? And just, I couldn't afford the creams and serums that the doctors were recommending, nor did I really trust them, because by this time, 2011, my passion for ingredients. I was thinking about this in the shower. It's like that silicon dioxide as a flowing agent in your salt, right? Like, just remove that. Get it and then deal with the different elements of not having flowing agents, not having synthetic preservatives or fragrances or red 40, yellow 5, blue 1. These are artificial colors and dyes that now have been proven to have things like birth defects. And that's in our most, and it's still there. I just got back from a conference, the company, I mean, it's not getting better. And it's unbelievable to me. So it's just as this being like truly beyond passion. I think it's a beautiful responsibility, but also highlighting the others that are doing it right. Nay Lindstrom, Anne-Marie Gianni, Eminence, huge, and then Living Libations. But it's a short list. And there are some other ones, but I'm just a purist about this. Like if you have a speck of phenoxyethanol or fragrance or sodium benzoate, I know as a formulator, you could have done better. You could have done better. And there are so many companies out there to this, or right now especially, that are responding to our formulators like what we want. Nature can provide it all, I truly believe. And a little shorter shelf life provided by biophotonic glass, Miron glass. Like if you didn't use it within 9 to 12 months, like I didn't do my job. You may not love the product, but like 4 years, 5 years for distribution and shelf life and glycerin and all these fillers and a speck of an extract. You're high-fiving in the boardroom. I get it, but like I'm on the other side. This was an opportunity to like it's just like creating a meal. You just want to know if people liked it. Ideally, if they loved it, and that feeling, that's enough, right? You don't collect money at the end of the night. The feeling, I'm sure you can relate. So it led, to where I'm at right now and just exploring. I don't know, you got to have a feel for these things, what works and what doesn't. You got to be, that's probably the biggest part, but just isolating. I had nothing but time. And I definitely liked it too, as far as sourcing extracts, essential oils, different clays, butters. It was a total creative outlet for me, not to use what other people were using. That's where we get our like Andiroba, Bariti, Prakashi, I mean, there are studies on Prakashi specifically for scar reversal. So I would order these things and try them out, patch test them. I have very sensitive skin. So I learned a lot in that process too, just about what works for me and very reactive, sensitive skin. And I'm finding out like that it works for a lot of other people as well. We don't isolate the normal, dry, oily combination skin. It's like, I think that's all marketing personally. And I just have a theory with all this stuff, and I'm going to keep following it. But it's for the greater good, I promise. It's a lot of fun, you know.
Well, I think anyone watching this video can see that it definitely lights you up.
It
Yeah.
does. It
Yeah.
does. I love this stuff. I'm sure you can relate, you
Mhm.
know. And
Yeah.
being in the middle of like a release of one of your babies that you've been working on for a year or two or maybe more, that's right where I'm at right now. So like it's this uh, excitement, anxiety, kind of homework because now we're waiting on lead times because I'm a weirdo with the artwork on things that may or may not matter. Well, while the formula is sitting done, perfect, just getting
Mhm.
ready to, but it's exciting. So,
So
yeah.
beautiful. Are you going to give us any hints about that, or is that
Oh, my bad.
super
Yeah, it's
mysterious?
an eye gel. We got to send you some. It's called Ojo de Oro. All right. So hear me out on this. So
Okay. Okay.
we're just aside from the peptides, right? We have 1.1% copper tripeptide. Wanted to have the highest tripeptide specifically. It's very expensive. Everybody stops at once, so I want to go a little bit more on that. We have argireline and cranberry extract that is, well, argireline has been studied for decades for minimizing fine lines and wrinkles, but the supplier, at least that everyone uses, it has a filler and a preservative to it. So we isolated the pure peptide, created our own solution, so we didn't have to add that phenoxyethanol, I think it was, and soy-based glycerin in our formula. So this is meant specifically for eye contour, fine lines and wrinkles around the eye area. But Brian, I know you're going to love this part. You will too. We had to add in, beeswax is our base, turquoise, 24 karat food grade gold, rose quartz, just as part of that ceremony before bed. There's a reason
Wow.
why all the pharaohs were buried with that. Like there's powerful energy and along with the essential oils, we're having indigo powder, frankincense, myrrh, rose, but that's just on the side. Like the activity of those peptides, we've sent out samples, probably been through 11 revisions right now, but we already have like really good before and afters just in a matter of months since we've sent out to some customers. This one right here is, yeah, I mean, that I'm very proud of all of our products, but this I just feel will like be talked about for a long time. Um, it'd be because of just what's inside of it, but and also the performance. But it's something that like you look forward to using because it starts off blue because of the probably blue tansy, copper, indigo powder. But you rub it in and then it's gone, and then you know you feel a little warmth.
Mm.
So yeah, that's we pay attention to just what customers are looking for. Our night cream originally was meant for that, you know. We have Edelweiss and gardenia plant-derived stem cells in there for hydration, you know, repairing overnight when you're in one position for hours. But it's, you know, that was released in 2015, you know, 11 years later. There are cleaner, more effective peptides that have just been released, like first use ingredients, rice exosome plant-derived stem cells, in that as well, and a horse chestnut extract that is like, um, you know what I mean? It's meant to restore the contour of the eye, but I mean you see like a theme here. It's not like the lab synthesized part. These are all, and you know, being aligned with my chemist was super important because of that. Because it's just there's a lot of sourcing that adds to the lead times in producing these things. So but we're years later really good friends just because they know how we do things. It's just not a I don't have a big boardroom of people and a team kind of holding me to these numbers and certain things. So I know it's just like this is just an
Mhm.
opportunity. I'm gonna every day treat it like that, and what a gift it is to have purpose and be able to create.
Yeah, well, we're definitely fired up by your passion and love aligning with people who have, a very similar mission is what you've stated, and that's just doing the things that you love and making a difference in people's
Yeah.
lives. By doing,
Yes.
I mean, everybody wins. And then on
Hmm.
top of it, having a beautiful product or product line, I should say. I
Yeah.
first was introduced to Alitura Naturals, the concept. I didn't get to play with it at that point, but when I worked at Credo, which but for all the listeners, I worked at Credo. There was a spot that opened in Legacy West in Plano. It's since closed, but it was super fun. It had a lot of clean options. But to Andy's point, it's very true. Like, especially in like retail stores, in order for products to really be accepted in those spaces, often they do need to meet like a longer shelf life, which makes it hard for um, making something super, super, super clean.
Hmm.
So definitely commend you on your dedication to that and no compromise, and even, making, making some compromises maybe like for not being in those spaces and just being your own team. You've got some power in that, but there's also like some challenges I'm sure you've had to navigate. But yeah,
Yeah.
when I worked there, I got educated often by some of the customers who walk in the door because they're looking for the same things that we were trying to put out.
Hmm.
And I'd learned about all different kinds of brands that weren't even on our shelves. And one in particular raved about your products. And then later, I think I heard Ben Greenfield talking about your products and some of the people in the biohacking space. And then once we were in, once we visited for the very first time ever, we visited Sedona
Hmm.
and we got connected to you through our mutual friend, Dr. Sean Drake.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And said, you're going to Sedona, you gotta meet some of the best people ever. So you were on that list, and very, what was intended to be like a brief connection time ended up spanning over several hours. And
Yes.
we got to geek out over my aesthetics background and obviously your extensive formulation and aesthetics background as well. We just
Yeah.
totally jammed and jived. And you got Zoey, who's also like a walking poster child for your product as well as you.
Hmm.
And so we had to obviously take advantage of being there and going into the shop and just everything you do with the aesthetic. I love that you bring so much of who you are and what resonates with you. Like you see all this artwork behind you, that you can just see that there's a similar resonance in with your packaging and like really bringing beauty throughout the whole product creation, from the packaging to the formulations. So when we got the chance to go to your beautiful store, I wanted everything. The gold serum, totally love. I need to restock on that. Your mist
The mist.
is
It's awesome.
amazing. And I'm also super impressed too, because like you mentioned, I also tend to be more sensitive and reactive, and why I actually enjoy more simplistic ingredient lists usually. But I knew you knew what you were talking about. And so, yeah, I've so enjoyed utilizing your products. Brian has too. I mean, we've gotten every drop out of each of the products. So we are due for a
Yeah,
restocking.
and I'm using the shaver, bro. I've never had a single blade
Hey,
before.
I was curious if you had.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know. There's that whole marketing gimmick about more blades is better, but and all like just the control you have with that single blade. One time I had to shave and I didn't have any of your cleanser or anything. I just had it was because I was when we were at the course. I had to shave for the facelift, like the elbow work in the
Okay.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just use your blade. I use your shaver with water,
Okay.
and like just because I didn't have anything else, and I was like, I didn't cut myself. It's so cool. So like,
It'll just
it's
wipe the follicle off. All you got to do is just replace the blades. You
yeah.
know?
It's so and it goes back to your ethos, man. It's the simplicity of nature and the the simple approach to taking care of our skin and our health is a lot more effective, a lot more manageable, a lot easier to deal with, and than any of this other like more complicated stuff where you go to the store and the ingredient lists, you know, something you want to put on your face, you can't eat it at all, and like I don't even know what's in it.
Yeah.
It's just we really appreciate that, man. You quality comes first, and you've had this tenacity I've seen over the years. I don't know if you remember, man, but we met at a Dave Asprey biohacking conference probably like over 10 years ago. You had a booth, I had a booth. You were super busy, you know, working on in your booth. I was too, but I remember we shook hands and said hi.
Shorter hair.
Yeah, I had shorter
Yeah.
hair, big glasses, but I was
Yeah.
like, I was like, whoa, that dude has got some energy, man. He's just cool back then. And now, you know, meeting you, you know, recently, and so like you've been on the path this whole time. You haven't compromised this whole time, and you stayed true to yourself, and that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be like impoverished. Like you're staying true to yourself has led, you know, is it's been a journey of abundance where yes, you've maybe not grown as fast as having like big mega investors going in all the stores really quickly, but you've stayed true to the quality, and the quality people, that is what is rare nowadays. There's so much commodity, there's so much of everything. It's the quality that's the real luxury, that's the real rarity. And it's like you said in the beginning, there's only a couple brands. I think Living Vibrations, yeah, that's like the only brand. Mila probably knows something else, but like
A few others.
we actually met the founder of that at a David Wolf conference recently. Nadine, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you guys are just, there's only like two or three of you in the whole world, you know, that are actually, it's all real and natural. And there's also some great science behind what you're doing. Everything you're talking about, you know, your ingredients so well. It's amazing. It's not about even the research, you know, it's like you develop this new eye cream, you take it out, you test it on people, you're getting great results. It's all natural. Like what more do people want? That's like, that's a winning formula.
No, definitely. I mentioned we went to, first off, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And Mila, I appreciate what you said before that, bringing my art to the products. I'm glad you see that. It's a very, very important to me, but like, I don't want to be the guy just talking about that the whole time and what I brought, but there's so much that goes into not only the formulation, but the artwork. And I'm glad you see that. So thank you. Yeah, it's just extremely important to me. Marketing, business, all these different things that are just big learning experiences for me. Not having like a business background, getting into this, the whole thing is like this. Wow, you want to try this clay mask? Because I just remember getting denied. I'm so glad that feeling is still there. Like 12 years later, you're still seeing some of the same people that you saw in 2014 in Pasadena talking about that first clay mask, and
Yeah.
it's so freaking fun to talk to them and rehash those stories. And they said, very similar things to you as far as just thank you for staying true to, clean ingredients with products that work too. And it's those people that, it's unbelievable to me. It's just a huge tribute and thank you to our customers who then tell family members or their friends. And, I just didn't have a plan getting into this. It's just beyond, aside from staying the course and having a big sense of urgency that I'm sure you can relate to. There's nothing else that I'd rather be doing right now. And we're getting into hair care products too. Brian, we're going to have to use you, with
Oh
that
yeah.
flow, dude. I think you're going to like it.
Send
I'm
it
out.
over.
I had to use Dr. Bronner's this morning. It's a different, I know a different like moisture, the way the hair sits. So I'm like, all right, it's at least it's my product, but I don't know. I haven't been out. So I used to love Dr. Bronner's. It's great, but there are like little beautiful differences that I can use. Yeah. Yeah, we got to send you some when we get some in, but that's next. Hair care, all things, it's just even protein bars, you see all these things. But if I just think I'm sure you can relate to. I love when you pointed out like the silver, the organic. I believe you have organic cotton on all the things. So you getting into the details that people are going to be looking into is the fun part. So just with like you mentioned the commodities and protein bars, and you try them, and who knows where this could lead. We just we released that the supplement I gave you, Brian. I think you liked it. But
Yeah.
yeah, and that's like, it just comes down to research, meeting someone you can trust. So like on that product specifically, and several, we have like 8 different friends, chemists, formulators on all of our products. Usually it's just 1 or 2, but like I like finding specialists that are, I don't know, that I had heard of before Alitura, and now working with them, it's just such a trip. um, Rafi specifically from Omika Organica. If you're, yeah, he's just militant about his ingredients and testing this, and then explaining, what the industry is saying is blue loaded. Anyway, it's really nice to get to meet the people that can help you put together just really special products or just your dream of in my case, skincare and hair care, but who knows where it else could lead? Because health, wellness, and all these things that I'm taking daily, it's just part of passion and or part of my passions and just something I'm doing daily. So I'm sure other people would like to know that. So we'll see where we
Yeah,
go.
we want more of it, man. It's really, I wanted to highlight one thing that just to celebrate you, man, and particularly this, there's this, there's this thing called the solopreneur. So it's an entrepreneur who doesn't have a partner. It's not like or a board or a group of people, a gang that he's working with. The solopreneur is the entrepreneur who's on his own, like figuring things out. And sometimes it's a lonely road, and sometimes it's scary, and like it's not just it sounds like it's really fun what challenges, but like a lot of passion and light and excitement. There's also those moments where you're like, oh man, like what am I going to do? And you can get all the advice you want, but you have to kind of figure things out, on your own. And you've totally done that. And I really resonate with that because that's been my path as well. Like I got many, I still get offers, for this or that. And I've always been like, no, I'm doing something that's true to my heart, and I'm just going to keep doing it on my own. Like I'm going to build my own team. I'm going to figure out my own stuff. And there were moments um, that were incredibly difficult where I'm like, what am I even doing? What was I even thinking? Like it's so stressful, so intense. And then there's like, even in those moments of darkness, there's those breakthroughs, those breakthrough moments. I remember one of the later big conferences I was at, I was like, it was probably like 2018. It was a few years after I met you. And I'm I like have all this inventory built up, and I'm waiting for like kind of a breakthrough endorsement or something, or a big mention or something, and I'm literally running out of money, and I've used all of my business loan, and I'm keeping everybody staffed, and like I go to one of the big conferences, and I was like, it's okay, it's cool, and I had to actually make some kind of deal there and make some partnership relationship whatever, or it was over. It was literally going to be over in like 2 weeks. And I just kept the faith, and I ended up like securing like a big partnership, and then that took us to the next level for many
Wow.
years. But it's like this up and down, and if you haven't had your own business, let me tell you, everything from the branding to the accounting to the everything. It's like
Staffing.
the staffing, all that stuff, and the business culture, all of that, and the R&D. It's it's something that I also, like you, I didn't have any business training. I was just had this passion. I'm like, I'm going for it. I don't know what I'm doing business wise, but I'm gonna figure it out. And
Yeah.
thank God I've had like some incredible help along the way to figure it out. But just wanted to give you a huge shout out for that. That's so unusual for a person to
And courageous.
And courageous to not just 1 or 2 or 3 years, but like continue to evolve personally and
Mhm.
professionally so that you overcome these challenges and eventually, yeah, you get awesome, amazing people that are actually better at some of the things than you are, and
Yeah.
you figure out how to. But it's an intense transformation that a lot of people don't succeed at because um, maybe they're not ready or willing to like look within and figure out like how do I need to evolve to deal with the challenges that change, as at every stage of growth and changes in the market and whatever.
No, you nailed it right there. I mean, as far as first off, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Right back to you. I mean, that's serious pressure going into an event, having a couple weeks of maybe uh, payroll or whatever it is, having everything tied up in inventory. Man, it says I don't know what. Yeah, it's just there. You have to push through a lot, and um, yeah, I don't have anybody running opinions. So it takes a little bit longer. Usually sleeping on it, and I'm confident with my decisions. Made some mistakes, as I'm sure you have over the years that you learn from, and but
Yeah.
yeah, I do dream about it. Just what 2 days ago, I was like, man, and I don't think about it that often, but like Batman and Robin, man, I was like, man, where
Where's my
it's just a
Robin?
dream just to have someone, you know what I mean? Just, ideally as hungry as me that you can trust. It's like the dream scenario that kind of gets my little edgy style. It's passion, which uh, goes back to what you just said. The better we get and looking inward and what we need to improve on. And that was a big one for me, 2022, and still constant and need to respect it as that is like this is going to be beautiful work. When I don't have it all figured out. You don't want to lose that personal and professional momentum. Um, and I know I don't. And so it's just, yeah, learning a lot. But yeah, you nailed it. Looking inward and just being here, beautiful Sedona, learning more, but just really just um, solitude, a more simple life, going to bed a little earlier, and just having a routine that I look forward to, that I know that the dopamine and serotonin, just feeling I'm going to get every day with doing that. And it does get a little mundane, at times, just following but we're getting a lot better at that. Maybe doing some cool courses and what I mean, massage courses to look forward to. There's nothing better than looking forward to something or excitement. And you guys mentioned when you came out here that you've already done the things, and we've been here for 4 years that I haven't really. So I need to, just explore. And I did explore
Doesn't
a little
sound
bit
very
more.
mundane to me.
Yeah,
Sounds
you're
like
right. I
your
mean,
your life is just full of excitement, man.
you're absolutely right, and it's getting into that feeling, or well, hopefully not going back to that of just dread, shame, guilt. Man, it's cleared up since I moved here, but with a lot of work and things, accountability. But yeah, it's much different life. And the company and my teammates are just, Manuel's been with me for 6 years. And so just being the best to them, you know what I mean? Not like the unpredictable walking on eggshell guy. Nobody wants to be that. And so yeah. And I believe they feel it, just a more consistent version of myself over the past few years. And it just, yeah, it feels good. But you nailed it. Looking inward, man, not just absorbing the stress, and this is part of the responsibility. It's like, look, you gotta
No, yeah,
look.
you get swept. You as a solopreneur, you can get kind of swept up in that, and yeah, you have to ground. Remind yourself, yeah, that's a little bit more of the ego talking. It's all about the joy and the miracle of
Yeah.
the creativity of the moment, the connections that we
Hmm.
create with God, with ourselves, with each other, and the
Hmm.
universe reflects us. So. again, I celebrate you because I know you've done a lot of that emotional work, and a lot of that
Mhm.
is thankless is not the right word. It's just nobody pays you for that. You know, it's tough, it's gritty, it's messy, and it's not easy. And the path is different for every person.
Mhm.
There's no perfect model out there. We can learn from our friends and our family, and there's great wisdom out there. But ultimately, we walk that path
Yeah,
alone.
it's daily
Right.
commitment. It's daily commitment to yourself, and just choosing, okay, today I'm gonna be my best, and whatever
Mhm.
that is. And maybe that's better than you were 5 minutes ago or
Mhm.
yesterday. And that is why we wanted to bring you on additionally onto the IG Live, is in the spirit of celebrating Father's Day. We really wanted to put some of the masculine figures in the space who are creating something really special and who have a really aligned mission to what Sauna Space's mission is, and that we just wanted to bring other people, other brands that we admire, and particularly with a conscious masculine presence, because nowadays oftentimes masculinity gets a bad rap,
Mhm.
and it's so needed. There's a reason why there's masculine and feminine, and when they're in their highest expression, and there can be a beautiful dance between them, like
Mhm.
that's where you've got the magic that happens. So bringing on people like you, Andy, to open up a conversation just of your story, how you've overcome trials, and also how you're working on yourself, and how that's really reflected in your brand. We wanted to give you some spotlight, and yeah, and just honor you.
Well, thank you, Bo. I mean, I am honored. And it's just, I, I was looking forward to this because we miss you, and we had a really good time meeting you both. And
Mm.
yeah, thank you for having me on. It's been I had a great, I have, excuse me, a great father to look up to. And I still have a lot of work to get to the level. The little things that annoyed you, and I tell them this all the time, growing up, that now I like want to exude and be. And so I had a really good father to look up to um,
Mm.
How do
growing
you
up.
how do you feel that has impacted your journey as a man, and now looking at what Father's Day means to you now versus maybe when you were younger?
Oh man, um, he's just such tough shoes to fill. My dad, I mean, in the best way. But I mean, how does he get up every day, 5, 6 a.m., storm out, 5 days a week? And even before that, like when my brother and I were young, he was taking a Greyhound up to Humboldt County to work the week and then just, Greyhound back. Greyhound buses, not the best. But just to spend a couple of days with Mike and I and my mom and then go back to work. He is a grinder. But lost both of his parents early on in his mid 20s. So can you imagine taking 5 other brothers, you know,
Mm.
owning the Nilo estate, trying to figure life out at 25, 26? That he's just, what a man. Um, uh, Very stoic, but when he gets excited, it's always fun to hear him tell stories. Okay, so back to man, it's just uh, provider, great cook, just has style. It's important to him to be to look good for events. Just such a good husband to my mom.
Oh.
Big shoes to fill, but like, and it's
Wow.
also we took a trip to Morocco for almost 2 weeks last year. That was I didn't want it to end. You know what I mean? Became like my travel buddy. And I could go on about how, sons want to be, sometimes there are, you know, issues in families or whatever, but they're not saying they were with ours, but like, I just wanted to get so close with Pop, and that we are, here we are. I'm 44, a little older, but we're looking forward to our travels together. So like different stages in life, you know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
just it's interesting to me, and you know, being in a relationship with my with Zoe, and then having three beautiful responsibilities, kitties around here, gets you used to new life, new euphoria from seeing people that you miss. I mean, in this case, cats, but being ready for a little boy that we're bringing into the world in December. So it's just like that right there. Thank you. I can't
I
even
didn't
tell you. I
want
mean,
to say I
it's
didn't want to say anything. I didn't know if it was public. So I was like, wait, I don't know if we can say it. We'll wait if he says it.
yeah, no, Zoe's having a little baby boy, Cairo, and I just it's man, that's the ultimate of like at least just feeling like of stepping it up and wanting to just be like my dad. I can just that's and then you look at ages. I'm 44. Like when my yeah, what was my I don't know. I think I was when I was 18, my dad was like 44. He already had an 18-year-old just working so hard to provide and look what he did for our family. So it's just like that's what I want to do. I want to be very similar to my dad and I have really good friends that are just really good men, you know, just that
Mm.
yeah, Matt Ingles, shout out to Matt Ingles, Femi, Brett Davis. Man, I could keep going. So yeah, just a lot of good people that I look at from afar that I just want to improve and be similar to, you know?
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
you mentioned that. I think that's often overlooked when men want to exude, that I'm capable and I've got this, and sometimes not ask for help or even necessarily engage in community. They
Mhm.
may want to do things solo their own way, which we've seen how that can be really amazing in a sense. And even though you may be solo in your business, leading it, you're still open to that influence of other men that you admire. And I think
Mhm.
that's a part that's really, really critical in just success in staying true to your path, is having that accountability, having people there who you love, trust, and
Mhm.
who love and trust you and are able to reflect truth back to you or say something, point out blind spots,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and doing it in love and doing it in
Mhm.
love. So I really appreciate you bringing that piece into the conversation, because I more and more, like, we all need each other. We all need
Mhm.
each other as humans. And also, it's very important for women to have strong women relationships and for men to have strong men
Mm-hmm.
relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. My Now I have a few buddies around here. It's a smaller town in Sedona, but yeah, I do have a group of really good friends that I talk to all the time. That yeah, like you mentioned it, pointed out the blind spots, but in love, you know. And so that's what I really one of the main things I really appreciate. Just yeah, people that have taken me aside, but respectfully that I admired that led to change. You know.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Well, congrats on this first, like, official Father's Day for you to
Oh
celebrate.
man. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's so interesting. But I can't wait to have a little reflection of me and Zoe, you know, rolling, running around here.
Mm.
Yeah, born in Sedona. You know what I mean? Ideally, right here. But I
Amazing.
just
Yeah,
what's up?
you'll have to get a glow light. We've seen so many
Yeah.
amazing home births, supported by our Firelight
Yeah,
Spectrum.
a lot of home births. I
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we're on that. Please send Zoe a link. Yes, it'd be fun.
Yes.
But you
Yeah,
guys
and
too.
your cats will love it too. Oh my goodness.
We got a new kitty that is just the cutest. I mean, he's terrorizing the other cats right now, but yeah, little Frankie right here. I don't know if you see him.
Hi,
See his little
Aw.
spots?
Frankie.
See his little spots? He's like a little baby jaguar.
Aw,
Yeah.
amazing.
So yeah, we're just hanging out, getting ready for a solid week. And but yeah, I've been thinking a lot about just Father's Day, and obviously looking forward to this, and just. But I'm glad you asked about that, so I could give a lot of love to my dad.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Well, thank you guys so much for
Yeah, thank you guys for the time.
joining us.
Of course,
Your,
anytime.
your passion, dude, your fire, your beautiful perspective, your story. You're reminding me to call my dad.
I guess.
Yeah,
I
man.
think a lot of us, men, as we grow up, we're like, it takes a little while, but then maybe not everybody, but a lot of us, our dads look larger than life, and they are. There are big shoes to fill, and we are totally capable of filling them
Yeah.
and honoring them and doing our own thing at the same time.
Right. Yeah. Well said. Perfectly said.
Well, I think that we have had quite a full firelight chat.
Yes.
And it was such an honor. Zoe, congratulations. Andy, congratulations.
Yeah,
Happy
congrats.
Father's Day to you.
Congrats.
And we're
Appreciate it.
super excited about your eye product. You guys check out Alitura. We're going to be posting this as a collaborative post so you can rewatch it, hear Andy's story if you're just coming on. And we wish you a great rest.
I want to be one of the test subjects for the hair thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Done. I got you.
Yeah,
I think you're
okay.
gonna love it,
Put
man.
me on the test list. I'll take the before and
Absolutely.
afters.
Thai lime, whole pineapple, ginger, like just, and you're going to look at it. How do we get that lather? You know what I mean? It's just two different kinds of rosemary in there with the carnosic acid to really stimulate. I keep going. Anyway, but yeah, we'll send you some. Really excited
Cool.
about it. But so
Amazing.
good to see you both. We miss you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You guys too. Thank you, everyone who's joined, and we'll see you next time. Mwah.
Yeah.
All right. See you.
Ciao.
Bye.